and said you were flying. Yes.
When you think about this team, and you think of like the veterans that you had last year, I think of like George, Marvin, very steady, very calm. I would say PJ and Bobby like bring a little bit more energy, a little bit more oomph. Do you feel like that's a better mix for this group? Like the idea that you already have guys in Chris, Giannis, who are like very steady, and then to have like the energy guys on the bench. Do you feel like that matters as a team?
I mean, this group is great. I tend to love every group I coach, and they all have their strengths and things that just make them special. And I hadn't thought one bit about it, but I certainly know and understand, what PJ and Bobby bring, and kind of that energy and the voice and everything. But I always thought it's interesting how people affect people different ways, and I'll take any of those guys every day of the week.
For you guys, defensively, you switched 1-5 last game. They struggled in the first quarter. It looked like they got a little more comfortable as the game went on. Just what did you like what you guys did defensively last game?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. They've got, a lot of weapons. Williams has stepped in and played really well as kind of the primary ball handler. Bogdanovich, Herter, Capella and Collins as screeners. And, we're just trying to do everything we can to try and make the shots tough, contested. But, they're a handful. So, hopefully maybe we can get better. And you got to keep scoring against these guys. He did go on the court. I wasn't with him and didn't see it, so exactly what I don't know, but he did go on the court.
I guess opposite of Eric's question with Bobby and PJ. Drew, conversely, I guess from day one, as he's been asked, did you feel pressure being brought here to sort of help this team overcome? And he's said there's no pressure. Is that an underrated skill set, if you will, considering guys like that? I mean, when they are traded for and given that kind of contract, like that can, as you said, at times it's human. I don't know, how do you see him handle that? How important has that been that he's been that way?
Yeah, I mean, I think his poise, his confidence, that just the way Drew Holiday just carries himself every day, I think helps him with everything. And I think he's just got a lot of confidence. He's earned everybody's respect and confidence in him from the first day of training camp. And, we certainly benefit from it, and his steadiness. And it's just the way he's built. Parents or coaches or wherever, he's just got a great way about him, a great confidence, a great steadiness that I think helps with what you're asking.
Maybe it's just the character trait of all point guards, but I mean, is there any kind of comp to what you saw with Tony to a degree, where that was just kind of this, I know people are different, But
yeah. No, I mean, that's point guards are so different, and they're just the great talent. Yeah, I mean, that stands out to me. They're so talented, but yeah, I mean, they're both really good. I'm fortunate to be around both of them.
I apologize if you answered this the other day, Mike, but obviously Bobby was great in Game 5, and you had a couple options with him, maybe to go bigger, and Pat Connaughton to maybe go smaller. What ultimately led you to decide to go that way and then stick with it again today in Game 6?
Yeah, just, I think when we think about what we need defensively against, Atlanta, what we need offensively, and just kind of that combination, what Bobby brings. Certainly, like you said, there's an option. You could go either way. But it felt like it made sense that Bobby was the guy to lean on. And certainly he played well in Game 5. Now he needs to do it again tonight.
Mike, this has been the goal for you guys for a few years, and with Giannis, to get to the NBA Finals. Here it is, you're a game away, he can't go. How does he manage that frustration, and how can you help him manage, if frustration is even the right word,
Yeah, no, I mean, he's so unique and interesting. He just, he sets his mind on his next goal, which is to get ready to play. And the other thing that he's there for his teammates. So I think between preparing and getting himself, on that track to returning to play, puts him in a good place. And then I think finding a way to be there and be a great teammate, talk, encourage, a voice in the locker room, a voice in a timeout. He's there for these guys, even though he can't physically play. So I think those two things just, put his mind where it's used to being. It's what's the next goal, and how can I be there for my teammates?
Last two, Joe.
Mike, same kind of question, but about you. You took this job a couple years ago, and I imagine that getting to this point, getting the final was something that you were realistically thinking about, which isn't always the case when you take the job. And now you're here. Like, what's today like for you? Like, how are you feeling? Like, what emotions are you battling?
I mean, just like the team, just trying to stay in our routine or stay in my routine. Did a little walkthrough this morning, just do the stuff to get you ready for the game. I think hopefully there's been a steadiness for the whole group from whenever it was 2-3 years ago. And it's just that day-to-day process, and just kind of live with that and bank on that. And not any different today.
But today was the first day that Giannis has done on court work. I don't know exactly what he did, right? Just clarifying since his injury.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Giannis, this was the first day that he did any on-court work since his injury, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then I know it's the same. I know you're keeping a routine, but can you sense any sort of excitement having to work on focusing on keeping a routine with this group?
No, as long as Bobby and PJ aren't yelling or something like that, then it's a good group. There's a good mix, and I think when you're in it, you're playing, the games come, and certainly understand where we are, but it's a good group, it's a mature group, it's a focused group, and we need to get ready to play. Thanks.